Hello everybody, and welcome to today's Kirby and the Amazing Mirror 80% tournament race between Darksol88 and Swordsmankirby. I'll be TG, and helping me commentate this race is Sniper. How you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. Really excited to see this race.
Alright, this race is going...
loud!
Yeah, that is... Okay, sorry. We have the volume on our restreams here turned up quite loudly. That did scare us. We have Swordsmankirby in this race here. All eyes are on him. He's the #1 seed in this tournament, both the 80% and 100% world record in this game, with a PB of, I believe it's 2740... 40, not 48. The point is...
It's a 40... No, it is a 48, isn't it? Oh, no.
The point is, it's a very low time. Dark Soul sitting at a PB of 33 minutes, so... we're about to see the difference between a good runner, a god tier runner here in this race. Alright, Dark Soul running on... do we know which systems they're running on? Swordsmankirby's running on a DS? I believe so?
Swordsmankirby actually switched to Game Boy interface. He has it for his 100% world record, but he never broke his any percent world record on it.
Alright, so
it looks like the race will be starting very soon. Go ahead, TG.
Okay, so I was going to use this time before we get started here to sort of explain Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, for those of you who may not be familiar with the race. So, most Kirby games are linear experiences. You have worlds, you have levels in them. However, Kirby the Amazing Mirror, after you get past the first introductory segment that goes into the first boss, it then opens up into an open world, and you can do the remaining 7 bosses at any order you want. So, and the race has begun.
Of course, some orders will be better than others, but there's basically like up to like nearly 100 orders you can do.
Alright, so in this intro segment, we're going to have 2 tricks back-to-back in this next room. There's going to be a trick called Gate Skip. Normally you need to call your friends to stand on this button, but with a well-timed jump, we can slide right past there as we see SK do. Dark Soul having a little trouble with it. Coming up next is Wheel Mix.
Wheel Mix. Oh, he gets magic!
If you want to explain that, Sniper.
Alright, so what you do, you run right into the Cupid enemy, so you push the 2 together, and then once you suck both the enemies, it'll pull up a mix roulette. The order is always the same, and the starting position depends on the first enemy you inhale. So you see Dark Soul having to call the AI Kirbys, Dark Soul getting wheel, to basically the AI Kirbys will get in the way, so you need to call them away from the room, so that way they stop messing with you. Now, the wheel mix is a 4-frame window to time, so it is consistent. Well, it's not possible to be 100% at it, because it's just the nature of a 4-frame trick.
But it is very vital that our runners get it, because wheel saves so much time in this run. The Amazing Mirror variant of the wheel ability is perhaps the most busted it's ever been in a Kirby game. You have the ability to jump quite high with it. It's the fastest horizontally moving transportation through rooms possible, and we're going to be seeing a lot of this run revolve around a very tight, crisp movement from wheel here.
Yeah, if you don't do the wheel mix optimally, you only lose 30 seconds, but 30 seconds is 30 seconds. And coming up, Swordsmankirby's gonna get rid of his ability, grab these 2 Waldies, and shoot the double star at Mr. Frosty, or excuse me, Mr. Flosty. So that way he dies super fast. SK just straight up jumping over that switch.
So those switches are meant in casual play to act as checkpoints, so you can go back to an area from the hub. However, it's slow that we grab them. We'll be grabbing some switches, since we'll need to be doing segments more than once. For instance, we'll be grabbing the Radish switch, so we can go back and fight Molly, but we'll talk about when we get there. So, yeah. If you notice here, Swordsmankirby is trying their hardest to jump over as many enemies as possible as wheel. Before I explain that, I should say SK is dumping wheel here for Stone, because Stone absolutely eviscerates the first boss, King Golem, here.
And this switch he's picking up actually is basically the one that pretty much opens up the rest of the game for you. So you could just go back home, explore the rest of the game, but we got a boss to take care of.
And that boss taken care of.
Yeah, as you can see, Stone, because of its ability to get double hits on certain enemies, King Golem is like super easy. You just mash the B button right next to him, and he's gone in 3 seconds. Now, conveniently, to the left of this room, we have a wheel. We're going to be coming back here quite a bit. And you can probably imagine why. This ability, it's so broken. Oh my goodness, it's so broken.
Hopefully Darksol has just a easy golem fight. He does. Alright, so
now, I guess we should introduce the runners a little bit more. Swordsmankirby's been running this game for many years. I believe he even ran it before the major route change. And Darksol, she picked up this game fairly recently for the tournament. So there's a lot of new people who picked up the game specifically for the tournament, so it's really nice to see that.
Alright, SK grabbing this switch because we'll need it as sort of a branching point for Radish Ruins, Cabbage Cavern, Carrot Castle, and Olive Ocean. It looks like Swordsman is on their way to Radish Ruins.
Yeah, the route that... Oh, go on.
No, go ahead. You were talking about routing. That's where
yeah.
I was going to
So typically, King Golem's done first. I need to crack this, and what most modern runs do today is they start with King Golem, of course, and then they go to Meta Knight and then Molly. The reason why you do these 3 is because it's a way to get rid of a lot of the RNG out of the way early in this speedrun.
Right,
of course, I say this as Swordsmankirby does Wiz last, but previously some runners did Gobbler first because of the RNG in the sword skip, but then that got obsoleted by the difficulty of the UFO mix, which
thank goodness.
Which quite frankly isn't that difficult, thankfully.
Yeah, we'll be seeing our runners go for that later, and we'll talk about it when it happens.
This area Darksol's in is like 2 of like the hardest rooms early game. This is the second one.
Yeah.
She chooses the fat Kirby through this room, which is very respectable. This room, if you don't exactly know where the Gordos will be, it can be super tricky to get out of there without getting hit, to lose a lot of time. And when you get hit, you lose your ability. So a strategy used in many Kirby games is to fat Kirby through things, so that way you can damage boost through multiple things without having to retrieve your ability as you lose it.
Alright, hopefully SK has a good hand fight here. Ooh.
Interesting pattern, but he takes care of it very well.
Yeah, best case scenario, the hand punches, goes across the entire screen, and you can just roll it and instantly kill it. It's so great when that happens. So one thing I quickly wanted to see here, you'll see SK, or Swordsmankirby here, jumping over as many enemies as possible, avoiding hitting them. That's because whenever you hit an enemy in this game, the game pauses for a few frames to deliver like an effect, like, oh, you're hitting it, and then it stops for a moment.
Did he skip the explosion there? I believe he managed to despawn
nice.
the crash bomber, which is pretty difficult to do. You have to be super optimal to do that.
Alright, so as I was saying, hitting enemies cause lag frames. We don't want those. Even though it might not seem very, finicky and picky to be worrying about something like that, it really adds up overrun.
Alright, so this boss here is... I don't know who this boss is. You know who this boss is?
It's Dark Meta Knight. I hate this meme every time commentary does it.
So basically what you want to do, you want to use the neutral sword swipe, because it's the best way to take out the boss.
Which was that was an excellent Dark Meta Knight there by Swordsmankirby.
Yeah, sometimes when Dark Meta Knight is about to attack, he will slide into him to bounce off, and sometimes he will do a downward stab, which is a really good attack because it means he's unlikely to randomly block.
That, and you can get an additional spin attack in the air to deal some extra damage, which is always nice.
SK doing bottom path. What is this?
You can take the top path, but it saves a very minute amount of time.
Yeah, so the reason why we use stone instead of wheel is because of this guy here, Bonkers. And we get rid of it for Fan, also known as Throw.
Some runners opt to do this Molly fight with Hammer to try and cut down on the amount of time Molly can waste, but if you get the perfect pattern here, Throw is the fastest way to kill Molly. Hopefully we'll see a perfect pattern here. Meanwhile, Darksol is fighting Meta Knight as well. Perfect RNG by SK.
Amazing.
Darksol having a bit of trouble in the Meta Knight fight here,
ate my input for Meta Knight again. It's Tracker.
Oh, come on! Just needs one more hit! Gets him.
Very good.
A bit of a sloppy fight there by Darksol, but that's just Meta Knight sometimes. Yeah, SK on a really great pace right now.
So the next boss we're doing is Mega Titan. And the reason why we do Mega Titan next, or well, that's not really important. After this, we're going to be doing a segment called Gobbler. The reason why we do this is because we are starting at the bottom door, and we kill Mega Titan, the boss of this stage, with Wheel. So we, instead of soft resetting, we want to play out the Kirby dance, so that way we can keep Wheel and spawn right next to the door and go straight to Gobbler. So basically, when routing this game, either Dark Knight or Gobbler has to be done before Mega Titan, and the other has to be done after.
Alright, Darksol heading into Molly with Throw here.
Yeah,
sorry for cutting you off there.
It's a really weird routing quirk, but basically the reason why we've been soft resetting after all these bosses, we never really explained this, but soft resetting after each boss will essentially allow you to skip the Kirby dance, saving a lot of time.
Oh,
Darksol with a very good Molly.
Pattern. Excellent Molly. Alright, the question is, will SK fat Kirby?
Yes,
gotta stay safe for those races. So once again, as Sniper explained earlier, if you have an ability in your mouth, you will not lose it when you get damaged, so you can just fat Kirby here, and you can avoid losing Wheel.
Yeah, and if you miss, like, pretty much any of those cannon shots, you will get hit, and your ability is almost guaranteed gone.
Woo! Excellent Gordo Wheel there by SK. You can do a fun little trick there where you can...
And the Yamayu bonk. No one knows if that saves time, but it looks really cool.
That's always my favorite speedrunning things. It's just like, does this save time? Who cares? It's cool. Lose time. Alright, hopefully SK has
so Mega Titan is done with Wheel. Getting the early hit on the back by jumping right into the back of it.
That's way more precise than it looks.
I don't know, I have a visual
I rarely
cue.
get it. I guess the two.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
And four more hits.
3, 4. Bam! Perfect Mega Titan there by SK.
Yeah, that's pretty much perfect.
2 hits and then 2 groups of 4 easily takes care of the second form while still maintaining Wheel.
And this is the Kirby dance. Enjoy it.
Darksol picking up the second switch
that's
here.
the Kirby dance.
Moving into Carrot. SK on their way to Olive Ocean. And Olive Ocean has a lot of fun things in it. It's got a mix, it's got wheel movement, and it's got water movement.
Everyone's favorite.
It's got every something for everyone to enjoy.
Sword skip.
So here's one thing that I do want to bring up for this segment. Some runners can opt to pick up the Switch upcoming here. Most people choose not to, but if you do, you gain access to a missile statue, which can come in handy if you decide
SK's gonna do it.
For the
Told ya.
Yeah, for the Mustard Mountain split. So, when SK finally tackles Mustard Mountain, we'll be seeing them use missile for it. So that'll be fun and exciting.
Yeah, so the routes these two runners will be doing will be ever so slightly different. Swordsmankirby will be doing Kracko before the Master and Crazy Hands, while Darksol will be doing vice versa. Now, one funny thing about doing Kracko with Missile is that the strategy is actually not even in world record, and it's not even a new strategy. It's been done ever since Jet Toast ran this game 10 years ago.
Alright, Darksol in the Meta Knight fight.
Did you say Meta Knight?
Or I did say Meta Knight. It's the same abbreviation, Mega Titan.
Mega Metagross.
Mega Meta, whatever. Oh, unfortunately gets hit there.
Ooh,
Oh, decides to spit out
Dark
the
Soul
ability.
just gets rid of wheels, so I wonder if she will soft reset. Oh, also
right.
UFO mix coming up for Swordsmankirby.
I was just about to point that out. If you knock these two, I believe they're called Foley's, into one another, you can get a mixed UFO first try. You'll need UFO in the next room to shoot a bomb block through a wall using the full charge shot.
Yeah, one little quirk about that mix is that you can actually use either UFO or fire. Fire is right after UFO, so really getting that is an 8-frame trick. You use the 2 abilities to hit that bomb block. Now Darksol is going to be doing a little different strategy there. She's going to be doing something called sword skip.
And we'll see that when we get there. Alright, one important thing you need to note for water movement is that if you're carrying an ability and you get hit, there's no way to suck it back up. So,
unless if there's air above the water.
Yeah.
Basically. So in rooms like these, if you have an ability and you need to keep it, there's no way to retrieve it. But SK does a really sick damage boost there.
Yeah, that was awesome. I bring that up.
I love that damage boost so much.
I bring that up because in 2 rooms, our runners will be getting stone, and hopefully they'll be able to keep it until the gobbler fight to make super quick work of that. However, they need to make it through 1 room without taking any damage.
I just noticed Darksol doesn't have wheel in Olive Ocean, but she didn't go for fire, which is actually a really old strat done by Jettos 10 years ago to basically avoid UFO mix because nobody really knew about it or knew to use it in RTAs. Oh, she opts for sword. That's so interesting. I guess sword would be a better ability against Boxy.
Oh, good point.
Anyway, this is the room TG was talking about, where basically it's really stressful for new runners because you get hit. You have to do
room that
kind
SK's
of
on, we should say.
Yeah, it turns an easy boss into like a kind of difficult boss, basically. Let's see if SK does the quill optimization here. Nope.
Oh, I love that rock drop so much. Alright, 1 cycle gobbler. Nope, almost.
Ooh.
Very clean fight there by SK, though. Alright.
You can't actually get a 1 cycle gobbler unless he spawns fish.
Yeah. Alright, Darksol opting not to do UFO mix as we were talking about. Oh! Ah, it doesn't get the crouch. Alright, well, Swordsmankirby's getting a missile to do the Mustard Mountain split. I'll talk about how sword skip works. Darksol is going to be calling their friends here, and the idea is that we saw Swordsmankirby get the bomb block through the wall using UFO, but you could barely hit it if you footstool on one of your AI helpers and do the upbeat just like that. Excellent work there by Darksol. Very, very quick sword skip. Usually the AIs are very temperamental and they love wasting your time, but that was a very quick setup. Excellent work there.
I don't know, I find it pretty easy.
I can't do it. I hate it.
A lot of people can't do it. A lot of people are bad.
Okay, I feel attacked.
But UFO mix saves 5 seconds, so a lot of people don't need to do it. Anyway, Swordsmankirby having a really good missile Krakow with missile right now. And so now it's over. We have wheel.
So what's the numbers on how much time missile saves in this segment over not
No
doing
clue.
It? No clue. I've heard it was around the range of 7 seconds if you do everything optimally, if I'm not mistaken. I would love
I heard SK say that about hammer mix.
Unfortunately, the Shadow Kirby not dropping a magic candy there.
So instead we'll be getting stone.
So, Dark Kirby, whenever you attack them, they can, the Dark Kirby drops their item. Oh, that was excellent instant kill pattern there by Swordman.
I love how he read the weight, because if Battlefire dropped down, he could have gone completely owned for it.
So yeah, Shadow Kirby can drop
easy pattern for Krakow.
Yeah, heck yeah.
You just need 3 double hits to take out Krakow.
Yeah, Shadow Kirby can either drop Maximum Tomato, 1-up, or Candy. Candy would have been nice for that Battlefire fight, but it didn't matter. Swordsmankirby taking good care of it.
Soft reset. Go on.
I was just saying, Darksol in the stone room here. Hopefully they can get out without anything bad happening. Looks like they're fine.
So instead of getting a wheel in the regular wheel spot, we get it in from that switch instead, so we can go straight to Peppermint Palace.
Yeah, and from there, Candy Constellation.
Or Wiz, if you're a degenerate.
Alright, Dark Soul also having an uneventful Gobbler, thankfully. Grabbing the mirror piece. Not a whole lot to talk about here. Dark Soul is going to be on their way to... Looks like they're also going to Peppermint.
Please do a float cancel.
Yeah.
Please do a float cancel.
So to explain what Sniper is really on about, if you notice there, Swordsmankirby was about to start floating, but there's a couple of frames before you fully start your flying animation that you can cancel into any other action.
My only contribution to this game.
The point is that you can get a little bit of extra height up to an extra tile that, as you saw there, Swordsmankirby got the extra height there and didn't need to, you know, have to puff up, then puff out, and then re-wheel, saving a bit of time there.
Yeah, now, Swordsmankirby took care of Mr. Flosty pretty easily there, because Mr. Flosty decided to run forward. If he doesn't run forward, then he can jump or stay still, having various amounts of hit lag, meaning it's very hard to time unwheeling. So he'll either unwheel inside him, or bonk into the wall, unless you hold right. Thanks, demo. Anyway, This is Candy Constellation.
Yeah,
Candy Constellation has some of the most difficult movement in the run, in my opinion, especially for beginners.
Yeah, you can very easily lose wheel here and then be a minute down and then lose the race. That definitely didn't happen to one of the commentators sitting here today for you.
I lost time on Dark Mind.
Oh no, Dark Soul getting mauled there by Mr. Flosty. Sure. Alright, Kusa here.
This is probably the hardest room in the game. Watch this. Quick jump. Jump straight past the Gordo and skips the Sidle. Yeah, it's pretty easy if you ask me. I never miss it, at least most of the time.
Jeez, you must be really good at this game then.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at this game, if you ask me.
Alright. This hand is a little bit annoying to deal with since it's just out of reach of a regular wheel jump, so you need to keep unwheeling. A bit annoying, but that's fine. Oh, Dark Soul! Ooh! That, Haley almost giving Dark Soul a little trouble there. Swordsmankirby avoiding hit lag here by taking this top path.
Yeah, if you bonk in that room by trying to avoid hit lag, you'll actually almost be guaranteed to get hit and lose a fair amount of time. This UFO is having its time of his life right now, dude.
Alright, ditching wheel. Oh, the snipe! Oh my goodness.
He's still going. Oh, it's gone.
Alright, we're ditching wheel for missile here because we're about to enter a vertical room, and if there's one thing missile's good for, you know, that isn't losing you time in runs, it's going through rooms vertically.
Yeah, so I guess the other advantage of missile over wheel is being able to break metal blocks, which is why we used it for Krakow.
Alright, now
Darksol taking the hardest room of the game very safe, and she keeps wheel out of that room. Keeping wheel out of that room can be really tricky, because if you get hit, the Waddle Dees will like just start rapid firing and lagging the games. Ooh, SK!
Oh, but single star glitch! Oh no! Oh, as SK having to call friends here. Oof. So SK, what happened there? Got rid of their fire ability because the hands decided to do the rock fist that when it lands on the ground allows you to get abilities.
Crazy hand with gutter, dude.
Unfortunately, SK got both his ability and the star. Tried to double star it, but then a glitch called single star glitch, where if you suck up two things, but it still only counts as one for some reason. Someone has still yet to explain me the technical workings of that glitch.
It's if the two are too close to each other. I don't know why it happens, but it doesn't happen on Dark Mind.
Okay, there you have it. Alright, SK has just one boss left to go here. Dark Soul navigating the rest of Candy here.
So this is... Ooh, float cancel. So this is a Wiz. Wiz is probably like the easiest segment of the game. So a lot of people put it last because it's easy. But SK is going to go for like the hardest mix of the game in this run.
It's very RNG depending on if the Sparky's attacking or it does a hop.
Or does nothing, then it's impossible.
Yep, feels bad. Normally the strategy for Wiz is to get an umbrella and just hold it in him. However, we're living in 2020 when we suck up both the Sparky and the sword! Oh, it doesn't get it though.
Ooh, the pause.
That's confidence.
So instead we're going to be using the regular strat here, which is to grab Parasol.
Alright, Dark Soul calling
Parasol's
friends.
still pretty good against... Parasol is still really good against Wiz here.
Dark Soul calling friends against Crazy Hand here as Swordsmankirby goes into Wiz.
Spoiler alert, Dark Soul doesn't do Crackle last.
Okay.
Dark Soul does Wiz last.
So yeah, Parasol does constant damage as long as you're holding it, so you just need to make best friends with Wiz's butt.
Oh! Oh! Mix! Mix! Aww! I wanted to see a mix just for the meme.
There we go. Dark Soul on their way to Mustard Mountain here to deal with Krakow. Swordsmankirby going into Dark Mind.
So this is Dark Mind. There, that's Dark Mind.
See
Anyway, the reason why you do that is to skip a cutscene. Sadly, it's the greatest cutscene on the GBA, so be sad, chat. Anyway, it's faster, so we do it. Now we have Stone, and now the AI Kirbys are out of the way. This is Dark Meta Knight. So yeah, sliding into Dark Meta Knight, just like the last fight, he will hopefully do a downward stab, which is basically a free double hit. You want him to do slide down stab, and then him to go into the corner and slide and then charge a tornado. That's basically the ideal pattern of DMK.
Alright, you want to say the meme?
So this is Dark Mind. TG, how will we be fighting Dark Mind?
Alright, we're going to be using a double star. Since when Dark Mind takes a hit here, he'll reel back and take a second additional hit from the star, dealing lots of damage and instantly killing him. We're going to be doing that for 3 forms, or all 4 forms, but...
So this is Dark Mind, and this time what we're going to do is we're going to double start on this platform. Wow, so interesting. Anyway, the reason why we do that is in the case of a bad pattern. We didn't see one from Swordsmankirby, but if he camps at the top, you would be unable to hit him with the double star.
Alright, so not only are we hoping for a double star from this next form of Dark Mind, we might also be hoping for either a fire or an ice star that we can use to skip the next interim segment.
This is Dark Mind. The strat here is the double star.
Oh, unfortunately, not getting the lucky pattern.
Yeah, that's
Dark
basically the common pattern, where he just does nothing.
Dark Soul going into Krakow here.
Ooh, misses a double hit, so she just has one more double hit to go. There we go.
Done and done.
Great.
Hey, pretty okay. All things considered.
Now this is Dark Mind, and this time, sadly, a double star won't kill, because he has too much health. Anyway, this is fine, because we don't want to kill him with the double star, because we want him to give out a green star. In this phase, green stars are introduced, and green stars give a mix. It's always the same order and same starting position.
Oh, we will need green stars here. 1 left.
Oh. Alright, get the green.
Alright.
We got the green.
Easiest mix in the game, Kappa. It definitely won't lead you to losing runs on PB pace.
Yep.
Ever. And you'll never get throw.
Throw's mad.
Alright, we want to get UFO for this Dark Mind 5 segment because the fully charged laser pierces through objects as we saw during UFO Mix and Olive Ocean. So the goal here is to not only shoot that exposed eye, but hopefully any mirror pieces that he uses here, just like that, that does damage. You see that shattered mirror?
Also, you may notice
already at half health.
every time you hit Dark Mind 5, he will close his eye. So what instead of wanting like the fastest killing ability, you want like what can deal the most damage in one hit.
I believe the term.
Apparently.
Alright, Dark Soul heading into Wiz.
And this is Dark Mind, and the strat here is to mash A and B as fast as possible.
Dark Soul doing the crouch strat, I found this
there had to be a super RNG shoot 'em up at the end of the game, of course.
It's a Kirby game.
This has been pretty good.
Yeah, this has been a really great DM6, and there you go.
28-41.
What an incredible run there by SK.
GG.
Alright, Dark Soul is going to be running through Dark Mind themselves here. So, I don't know if we brought this up during the course of the run, but the version differences between the North American version and the Japanese version. There's very little differences between the two. The biggest one that is relevant for speedruns is that... Oh, excellent Dark Meta Knight there.
That was really good.
The one that's relevant for speedruns is that the press start text, you cannot actually press start until it fully completes, unlike the Japanese version, so that loses a slight amount of time on the run whenever you have to soft reset. And also, Missile does less damage. And I think those are the only two relevant things.
Yeah. Okay, that sentence just like came in one ear and came out the other. Did you mention how much time GP saves?
I didn't mention a specific number.
It's 7 seconds for any percent.
Why is it always 7 seconds for the amount of time things save?
I don't know, it's 15 in hundo.
Heck yeah. Anyways, Dark Soul got an ability from the previous fight, so they don't need to waste the time sucking up another one here.
So this is Dark Mind?
Yep. What's the strat?
I don't know, we heard the strat enough times.
Thank you. Alright. I'm on the lookout here to see if someone else can do Fire Ice Skip in a tourney race.
Oh, going in with Spark instead of Sword, that means nothing. But hey, no one else does it.
I sometimes do it, depending on my exit from the water. Oh, I don't know why I felt the need to add in here. Yeah, very cool. Unfortunately...
The common pattern again. Alright, this run could be kind of tricky to do optimally. Ooh, the backwards suck.
Nice.
I'm stealing that.
Oh my goodness. So, Dark Souls PB is a 33. Are they on PB pace right now?
I don't think she's on PB pace right now.
Oh, bad pattern.
4 greens, dude.
Oh my goodness. Bad pattern, great RNG. Oh, there's a green! Come on, Dark Soul! Oh,
pause buffer.
So you can pause during the ability wheel in this game, and you can take it one thing at a time, but unfortunately still only getting throw. Nice! Okay, 2 more. Yes!
There's UFO. Just buffer it. No! I don't know if she knows that you can just hold down A and it will buffer the next one.
Yeah, Legend of Zelda style. Unfortunately, I don't think she'll be getting another green star from this pattern.
Yeah, that's the thing Dark Mind likes to do.
We're getting
he gives you a single chance to get a green, and then he waits like 30 seconds until he gives you another one if you miss it.
One more. No. Once again, pausing on oh my goodness.
Yeah, Dark Mind is the giver and taker of many runs.
Oh!
Yay!
Unfortunately, it'll lose it to the crash bomb, but that's fine. We just want to get out of here.
Yellow Kirby has magic. I noticed. I always look for these things.
Because you'll never know when it'll randomly give you invincibility candy.
Just giving MK a reminder of that one run. Oh, now the Yellow Kirby is UFO.
Oop.
Missed the double hit.
Get the mirror hit, but they got
Mirrors are going to be coming from above.
Aw, dang.
Those can be tricky to avoid if you don't know the particular patterns of...
Oh, figure 8! Excellent pattern there by Dark Soul, getting fantastic damage out of that.
Alright, he's going to switch the screen around, and that's the final hit.
Alright, unfortunately, Dark Mind wasting too much time for that to have been a PB. But here we are. This is the home stretch for Dark Soul.
Yo, SK doing final cutters.
Let's go. Alright, hopefully Dark Mind 6 is nice to Dark Soul.
Oh, this does not look good. He's gonna charge.
So that's fine. If you die during this fight, it'll restart from the beginning.
Didn't know that, MK? That's okay. 95% of players don't know that.
Some runners may opt to call the other Kirbys before this fight, so that as long as there's bodies in the fight and you die, Dark Mind's health bar doesn't reset. However, that just adds more stuff to the screen, so some runners opt not to. It also wastes a little time. And there we go! Dark Soul with a 34-44, closing out the run with a very good, respectable time.
Alright, GG.
Good race there. A 28 by Swordsmankirby. I'd kill to have a time like that.
I think we'd all...
Yeah. Alright, it's at this point we're going to see if any of the two runners from this race would like to join us for some talkings about the race and what just happened.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, SK? GG. Congratulations on the 28.
Thanks.
I saw you were practicing pretty much last night, so...
Also joining us is Dark Soul.
Painful.
GG.
Yeah, congratulations, Dark Soul, on the 34.
I was hoping it would have PB'd, but oh well.
Yeah, Dark Mind 4 was not especially nice to you, was he?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Never really is.
Dark Mind be like that sometimes.
Oh yeah. Alright, so I guess first, obvious questions. Anything major you want to talk about your runs? Let's start with Dark Soul. What did you think of your run?
A lot. There was definitely a lot of things that went wrong. Dark Mind was especially bad. Maybe I need to not pause buffer.
Did you know that if you just hold down A after you unpause, it will simply just advance one frame? So if you pause buffer on any but the last frames of UFO, you will almost all of the time get UFO.
I actually do not know that. I will probably keep that in mind.
that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Alright.
Swordsmankirby getting the casual 28, as I said before, a time anybody would kill for. Like, how do you so easily get these 28s? What's the secret? Like, do you cheat?
I finished a lot of runs in this game.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Alright, and another thing we saw is that you went for Mustard Mountain Missile, which I believe you don't normally go for. Why do you decide to do that?
Yeah, so I found that coming back to this game, so it's been a while since I've actually done actual any percent, I guess. The last time I grinded this category was like 2018. And in between that, I had some like marathon runs for 80%, also did a lot of 100%. And for those, I elected, well, in 100%, you always use Missile through Mustard Mountain. But for those 80% marathon runs, I elected to do missile just to sort of show it off, I guess. So for me, it was actually more comfortable doing that than using the usual like burning that I did in my PB.
Yeah, I am not confident enough to try that yet.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, Dark Soul, was that when did you lose wheel on Gobbler? I didn't quite catch that part.
It was very early.
Yeah, it was pretty early on. I ended up hitting one of the enemies right after the naughty, and then it fell down the pit.
Oh.
I've been there.
So one thing that I noticed was that you opted to use sword. Next time, I think that if you used fire, then you would have an easy way to kill Boxy, and then you wouldn't need to do either the UFO mix or the sword skip.
Yeah,
It's what Jetos actually did 10 years ago.
I should have thought about that. That would have been a lot easier.
Yeah, that is the cool thing about this game, is that there was quite a few backups in like almost every single situation in like any category.
Yeah, I really didn't know about using fire instead of wheel and Gobbler until I actually watched Jettoast's run fairly recently.
It's an antique.
Yeah, I haven't launched any of Jettoast's runs, so that's another factor. Might want to do that just to get some more ideas.
Well, Jettoast only has one run uploaded.
Yeah, and it's kind of difficult to watch it.
All right. Another question I wanted to ask you, Swordman. Again, going off of the fact that you're getting all these like 28 times constantly, is there anyone you're afraid of in this tournament? Getting all these really good consistent times?
I mean, I feel like for Dark Mind, anything can happen. So
yeah, that's fair.
Like, there are a lot of people like a lot of people I would consider threats because you don't know who's gonna get someone might get some like insanely lucky Dark Mind, and that might decide the run.
Yeah, and all the other very small pieces of RNG throughout the run. You got Moly, you got Shadow Kirby Candy and Mustard, you got
Dark Meta Knight.
Dark Meta Knight, yes. Yeah,
so those, I think I was like looking in chat, I think both of us got a really nice Moly fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was actually probably one of my best Mollies.
Yeah, it was very well done.
Yeah, but so to try to counteract that a little bit, I have picked up Pletty mixes for Darkline 4. So you saw me miss one of them during the race, actually.
Named after the runner Pletty, we should say, for those of you who are...
Yeah, so Pletty's in the tournament. The number 2 and number 3 seeds have tied PBs right now, so like 28-15, so they could easily bust out that kind of run in a race. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
It's... I guess it's a little weird to go off topic, but Pletty and Yamayu have like, ever since like 28-4X, they've like consistently like, when one of them gets ahead, the other just ties it or gets like a second off or ahead. It's pretty crazy to watch, really.
All right. I'm getting the bracket up to see who's fighting what and when and how.
Yeah,
So...
Swordsmankirby is facing Mobu in winners top 8, and then Darksol will be facing Chooch, who may or may not forfeit.
Oof.
School's
We
hard.
shall see.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping they don't see another forfeit like my initial first match would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because it kind of went
Houghton
from
had to back out.
That was a little unfortunate.
yeah, because it kind of went from okay, this should be a close one to I'm up against the one with the world record.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, I think that pretty much concludes today's race.
Yep, I got
If
no
you
more
like-
further questions.
If you liked watching this game, then you can watch it more at 10 a.m. Eastern on Saturday, featuring Pletty, the number 2 seed, versus Tracy. Good luck to both of the runners. And for this race, follow the runners, follow commentators, follow everyone. They're all great.
Mm-hmm. Once again, congratulations, you two, on running great races, and good luck with the rest of the tournament.
All right, thank you.
Here's hoping.
Yeah. All right. I've been TG.
Oh.
I've been with Sniper.
Yeah, that's me. Anyway,
Alright.
have a good night. Thank you.
Yeah.